a relationship advice type reading. So when you look at the man, if it comes up, because I shuffled them already and just dealt them out. So if it's going to be a man, it's going to be, this is going to be for men and women. Like how the relationship is going, what's really going on, maybe some advice that can help you correct something. Maybe some things can't be corrected. I mean, I'm just going to go with the messages that I get from the Most High God, from the angels. I'm just going to go with the flow with the information they give me, and give it to you just by looking at it. Usually, just by looking at it, or the messages that I'm hearing that comes through. Okay. So for you men and women Aries out there, what I am feeling and hearing, that, uh, like, like there's some event for some of you Aries out there. There's like some events, or, that may occur like really, really fast for you both. You kind of want to, slow down and review your options. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's going to be creative solutions for both of you. This is for two people that are coupled up or married. You know, the Knight of Air people are like intelligent, and they're like decisive, and they're like they're idealistic. They're tireless. They're always on the go. You know what I mean? They're always ready to go. And when they're ready to go, they ready to go. Okay. That's the Aries for you. And they love the entrepreneurship. They love to own their own. They like to be their own boss. They're not the type that you could boss around. That's not part of their nature. They can't handle that, where they're in a situation to where they're being bossed around. So I'd say a lot of you Aries out there right now are entrepreneurs, or has been entrepreneurs. And if you're coupled up with someone, uh, Aries, this is man or woman I'm speaking about, an Aries fire sign. If you are coupled up with someone, that means that you do get someone that normally either stays on the sideline and gives you advice from the sidelines and lets you run the show, or either they may help you, they may be involved in the entrepreneurship with you, from the outside, like on the outskirts, and let's like whispering things in your ear, and giving you little advice here and there, that can be of some help or some service to you. Or they could be, if it's in a type of office situation, they may come in and help you out with the paperwork or things like that. Or you may bring it home and they may help you out. And some of you don't want your woman around you, Aries, while you're your woman or man around you while you're working. You figure that'd be like too much, because they're there and then you turn around and they're home. It just depends on which Aries we're talking about. Some don't mind it, maybe every once in a while your couple person, or your mate, or your husband or wife, because what we're talking about here, this is a man, but we're talking about men and women because it's relationship. You may don't mind that every once in a while they come in and pitch in, especially when things get to be a little heavy, because Aries, you really, you take on a lot. Sometimes you take on too much and you try to do it all by yourself. You try to be a Superman sometimes, and sometimes you got to just slow those reins down just a little bit, so you can have it all together. And sometimes you're going to need to seek help. And I know a lot of you Aries men and women out there are very, very picky about people that you have in your business, because you want things to run right. You got a special way about the way you like to run things. That's even in your household, yet alone your own business. You like to have things going on the way you want it going on, and happening the way you want it to be happening. So, Aries really needs a special type of of a relationship coming from a person that has patience with them, that can bring out the love in them, so they won't be so uptight and uh, armed, like almost like in the army, like an army position type person that comes, he owns his business, but he comes in there like with this strict army type rule thing with where some people won't even want to be working around you. Some of you Aries are like that, and you know it. You know it. You're very strict about some things. And sometimes you can be where you're lightened up, where you're really, really funny and make people laugh sometimes. But a lot of you Aries out there, with men and women, you're about that dollar bill. You're about that money. I have to say that. You're about that money and that materialistic. You love that kind of stuff, but you work hard for it. Why not? Just don't get obsessed with it. Just don't let it be an obsession with you. Okay? Aries ladies and men out there, as far as our couples and married, some of you that are married. Now, for you Aries that are married, I'm getting something here also. Uh, this person is like clarity if you look at it. You see that clarity. He's holding his hand up to his heart, and he's holding his hand out, and he has something in his hand that came. It's a butterfly. Looks like a butterfly. He's holding his hand on his heart. Okay? And that's clarity of some belief. It's like some type of belief system for you Aries men and women as a couple, as coupled up. There is some type of, for a lot of you Aries ladies and men that are in relationships out there now, where it's at, there is opening up of the heart chakra, that some of you need to have your heart chakras open. Not all about business. Show some love. Open up, and show some love. I know you Aries men and women are very, you like to give to each other. You like to give presents and surprises and really nice things. There's nothing wrong with that, like I said. But you have to be really, really careful that that's not what it's all about. You have to open up your heart chakra, and kind of like get in touch with each other's feelings. Some of you out there are doing that. Some of you couples that are married and been married for a long time, you've been doing that, or else you wouldn't be together today because of the way the world is now. You wouldn't be. So a lot of you that Aries men and women that are out there still married, you're releasing that butterfly, which is in your heart. You're giving, and you're taking time out for clarity and spending time with one another. Man or woman Aries that I'm talking about. You're really, wanting, because you see the red around, and red represents love. You know what I mean? And look at the little thing swirling around here. That's like the inside of your heart coming on the outside. And you wanna express your love. You wanna express how you're feeling. Some of you Aries out there that's in relationships or marriage partners, there's some love to be expressed for some of you. Some of you are already expressing love. Some of you need to open up your heart chakras so you can come together uh, uh, and deal with each other a lot better, communication wise, instead of it being just gifts and presents and that's it. You want to make something really, really special, because that butterfly is coming out of his hand. So, what's a butterfly before it becomes a butterfly? So whatever it is, they've been carrying it in their heart for a long time until it became a butterfly. So express yourself. They're saying, clarity, and believe that, things can grow together. That you can grow together as a couple. For some of you Aries out there, some of you out there, may be contemplating leaving one another, but hey, there's give clarity and belief, because that man been holding that butterfly. It was a worm or whatever them things are before they turn into the butterfly and fly away. Some of you Aries out there may be letting something go. Call clarity, seeing it the way it is, and you maybe he's holding his heart like this, and just like here, it's like that song says, if you love someone, you'll just let it go. Even though in your heart you don't want to, sometimes you have to just open up and let that butterfly fly. It may not be for you. For some of you Aries out there that may be married or coupled, that's the information I'm getting from that. Okay. Now, for some of you Aries men or women out there, as I was saying, they keep bringing up about this love situation. Some of you are going to have to, share the love. Share the love that you have within inside yourself. Like a lot of you, like if you go on YouTube and look at, you can type in like meditations to open your heart chakra. A lot of us today in this world today needs to do meditation. Meditation is nothing but prayer. You know what I mean? It's nothing but prayer. You're 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 getting in touch with yourself. You're going with inside yourself where the spirit lies, where the spirit that's going to last forever. You're getting in touch with that so you can become a whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit can't be all over the place or that's what you call dysfunction. That's a dysfunctional person when your mind, body, and spirit is all over the place. It's like, oh, over here, this is going on, and oh, over there. No, and when you're experiencing something like that or see somebody like that, that's kind of like out of control, their mind, body, and spirit is not in agreement with one another. It's all over the place. The mind is thinking this, the heart is feeling that, the body is, going down because of this. Mind, body, and spirit has to come together as one, and you're going to have to, meditation is very, very good for bringing it together, like and pulling your mind, body, and spirit together, and so they can work together as one, come in as an agreement. That's how it is when you say, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You say that right. That's what we are. We're three, but one. Actually, we have to become one. I'll put it that way: mind, body, and spirit. So with that said, I'm just going with the messages as far as what I'm seeing. A lot of you Aries men and women that are coupled up or married, you're going to have to share the love. Share the love in all ways, material ways, give, receive, give. Open up your heart and show and show and tell what you really, really feel about each other, instead of it being about maybe other people or what other people are doing, or maybe showing, it has to be, something to show off, to be noticed and things like that. Take it to a deeper level. A lot of you Aries out there, men and women, take your relationship to a deeper level if you want to save it. Those that want to save it. Some of you are going to lose it or in the process of losing it now because of these certain situations where it was just materialistic, that don't last forever. Just like our bodies don't. We have to look at ourselves as a spirit instead of a body. Okay. Um. Uh. Another message that's coming along here, they're telling me, far as love relationships with two people together or two people that are married. Some of you Aries out there are in love truly. You have found love with each other, and you're giving each other love. You're giving each other, the true love. It's not all about the outside, the flamboyant things. For some of you Aries men out there, is a lot of you are giving your heart to your partner. You're giving, and when you're giving your heart to your partner, you're giving them the attention. You're giving them the love. You're showing that your love for them is not all about what I can do for you, and things like that. Is, how can I show you more and more every day how much I appreciate you and I care about you and I need you in my life. That's what we have to get back to. We have to get back to the basics, ladies and gentlemen. We really have to get back to the basics in order for our relationships to work, and in order for our marriages to continue to work. You're going to have to learn to love. You love, you communicate, you work from the inside out. You meditate. You really have to express how you feel, each and everything, and it brings on, you know, like I said, true love. For a lot of you Aries out there, there is some true love going on for a lot of you Aries coupled up that's already married. Relationships that's going together that may be leading to marriage because you're showing your true love. You're actually showing. And for some of you may actually see this video and actually think about some things that maybe you won't go to that point now that this has arrived, now that this has been told. You might be thinking about some things and say, hey, and come around, and you might can, you know, dabble in some counseling or even do the meditation together as one, and actually instead of it, you can just turn it around to true love, just listening to what was said, you know, by the guided angels for you in this video. Okay, so what I got last here now, that I'm looking at, this little boy, looks like there's a spiral staircase, and down at the bottom there's like, looks it's like looks like an animal or something, I don't know, in a place maybe they used to be. Okay, climb the spiral ladder, just climb it. The way I'm looking at it is look like they're taking their time. Look at this. Not a you to you couples, Aries, air signs. Um looks like he, wherever he came from, he's leaving. Maybe leaving his old self, transformation possibly, you know, leaving the earth, going to the spiritual world. Um, uh, maybe, you know, this Aries lady or man is, taking, like doing like a baby, doing like you did when you was a baby, when you first learned to walk. You know, you crawled and then you learned to walk and then you start climbing the steps. That's what this kind of reminds me of for a lot of Aries out there, or relationships in together or marriages. You're taking it one step at a time. It's like you're going, but you're taking it easy and you're taking it slow. And it might be telling a lot of you Aries out there who are hooked up with each other or just got hooked up with each other, just take your time, take it one step at a time. Um, because you're going to get there. You know, you have the step. You look like they're climbing it now, and there's steps and there's spirals. Not like they're going straight up. They're going in a spiral direction. So that means you take one step at a time, and you look at each step that you take before you take it, because you know it's not going straight up. It's going spirally. So you know you're going to have to move with the staircase of how it's built. Okay, so that's a sign also to a lot of you Aries men and women out there who are together and or who are married, is that you have to go with the flow. You have to look up and see it coming, so you know how to take the next step, because all steps don't go straight up and down. This one right here, they're showing is it's spirally. It's, you know, see how it spirals? So that boy has to keep his head up so he can see where he's going. He got to take his time, and to get where he wants to go in this love relationship or marriage. You know, might be headed towards the marriage to some of you Aries out there. Okay, so I'm done with that. Seemed like that took kind of long, but I had to do what I have to do. Okay, so we're still in the fire sign. We did Aries. Now we're going to do we did Leo. Now we're going to do Aries. No, I think we did Aries. We did Aries. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Now we're going to be doing Leos. We done did Aries. We're going to do Leo's fire sign relationship pre-April hard love advice reading. Okay, for those who are coupled up or those who are married. Um, there's some advice in these cards. Um, like I said, I don't read from them. I just look at them and I collect the messages that's coming to me and give them to you. And like I said, it's going to be, if it's a man, it's going to be a woman, and if it's a woman, it's for a man and a woman as far as the sign, which is going to be the Leo. Okay. So if you look at this card, it's the Queen of air, but we're looking at this, remember, man and woman, because we're talking about couples here. So we're looking at this as you both looking at each other, how you're feeling about each other, where you're going with each other as couples, okay? And most Queen of Airs are the kings are independent. They're very experienced. They're realistic type people, and they're very witty. They witty. They're sharp. They kind of like can see things, sort of. Um, Almost like looking, like in a crystal ball, and they can like see what see what's ahead, or try to see or they can see what's ahead. Intuitive. They can, psyche almost. They can like see this thing. Um, for some of you Leos, like I said, are very independent. Some of you have objective decision making. Some of you are in a decision making process. Some of you Leos are clearing away all, everything that don't matter to you anymore. You're you're kind of looking at the situation and start laughing at it now. Now that you see clearly, now that you done went into your crystal ball and really see what's really that you wasn't looking at. You're finally looking at it, being realistic, being witty, being that private investigator and finding out things. And to me, I'm getting the messages of like clearing away stuff, like stuff that don't even matter no more. Stuff that you used to worry about, you're like just clearing it out of your mind and your body and your soul. It's like you're just like you're saying to yourself, this no longer serves me. So what am I holding on to? Why am I holding on to it? For some of you Leos out there that, you're like, you're just ready to let go. You're ready to let go and say, forget it. There's no use in holding on to it. Um, I'm hip to what's going on, whether it's some kind of relationship issue, there's cheating, or someone seeing someone else, or it could be just dysfunction in the relationship where you just can't see eye to eye. Some of you are looking in to see how you can repair, how you can make it better, how you can make it bigger when it comes to maybe working together as a couple. You might be contemplating, like I said, instead of taking it so seriously as you Leo, you kind of can laugh it off and take it like, oh, okay, this is comical, instead of getting mad about it or being too serious about it. A lot of you seem like you're going to be lightening up. You're going to be lightening up and just taking things like really light, really fluffy like feeling towards your mate, and just kind of like laugh it off because you've seen worse, you've been through worse. Some of you Leos out there, you've been through worse, you've seen worse, and this, as you really look at it closely, is like, it's not that big of a deal. I could just laugh it off. It ain't nothing to make me say, I just want to leave you. Unless we're talking about, like I said before, some that may have been, where it's met, you know, it's ran its course and it's really done and over with. Some of Leos are just going to let things go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay? So the next one we're coming up with, you Leo, this could be a man or a woman because we're talking about relationships. We're talking about people that are married and those who are coupled up together. And, we're talking about, love advice maybe for some of you that may just need some advice. Okay. So this is like the courting man or the courting woman. So along with what I said with some of you Leos out there that may be thinking about, you know, already divorced or getting divorced, or analyzing your relationship and seeing where you at. You may be in, already seeing someone else. You might be already hooked up with someone else, already courting, already dating, already found somebody else. That's either a Leo man or a woman. You might already have your mind made up because there's somebody else there that can meet the needs of for you, that can satisfy your needs and your wants, and actually find balance. That's full circle right there. When two people are together, Leo, you're like this, you're that one person, the other person is like this. And when you come together like this, that makes it a whole, and it's a balance. You come full circle. You come full circle, that is balance, and that is it. And that's what it takes to make a good relationship, full circle. I'm always saying, meditation, which is nothing but prayer, is going inside of yourself, is looking at yourself for who you really are, is going deep down inside to find out, insecurity, to find out what causes things to happen to you that's hurtful and painful, for you to face it, to really actually face it. And going inside of yourself is facing it. Go out in nature, take a walk, and nature talks to you too, because you are part of nature. So, take those nature walks. And, a lot of you, Leos, want to become whole. You want balance in your life. You want it to be a full circle. So, make sure, make sure you are in full circle with yourself first. With yourself comes first, and everything else is just going to follow. Ain't too much you're going to have to do, but pull yourself together, mind, body, and soul. And once that happens, it starts an attraction. It starts to attract people. Like, this something about this person is special. They're not like, everybody else. It looks like they accept themselves. They love themselves. They're happy. So this is what they bring towards themselves, Leo. And the next one we have here is moving on. A lot of you Leos just decided to move on. You're just going forward. You're leaving. You're gone. A lot of you Leos, you're gone. You're out of there. You don't see it. You don't see eye to eye. You're walking by yourself by the shore. For a lot of you Leos now, not all of you coupled up. Some of you are getting a divorce, and it's definitely going to go through. Some of you are just splitting up as a relationship wise because it's just not working, panning out the way you want it, and you decide to walk alone for now. And in thought, maybe just thinking, a lot of you Leo men and women out there, you might just be thinking about, moving on, actually, because that's exactly what it says, and that's exactly what the man is doing. He's moving on. He's by himself, he or she, because we're talking relationships, remember. But thought, sometimes when you get away from a situation or move on from a situation, sometimes that happens and meant to be, so you can carry on for the better. Some things happen for a reason, just for the better of things. Sometimes you'll come out saying after this relationship, or thinking that, oh, something's really so bad that we had to split, and you're tearing yourself up inside about it. And then, couple years go by after you done straighten yourself up, pulled yourself together, and the Most High God done sent you this person that just blows your mind, that you just is irresistible, and they irresistible to you, like that circle. And you'll be thinking back at this time and saying, what in the world was I worried about? I didn't have a thing to be. I'm so happy right now. I'm so glad that situation really didn't work out. Yeah, there's some things I learned from that person. Maybe that's what they was there for, to teach me a little something, and that maybe I was there to teach them a little something. But what I got now ain't nothing compared. So I'm glad that situation did happen. See how you can waste your time sometimes worrying about something that's not in your life and don't want it or need to be there. Okay. So we have to think about things like that too. And, For you Leos, the last thing I see is let it be, let it be peace. It's the angels coming up to you telling you, let there be peace in your life. That's what I'm looking at because the horse, the man standing there look like he's praying. So, I think they happy with the decision that they made for some of you Leos out there of just wanting to stay alone, be to yourself, um, get into yourself, spiritually, mental, mind, body, and spirit, as I talked about earlier. Meditation. Meditation is just prayer. Meditation is just getting into you. It don't have nothing to do with anybody else. Has nothing to do with a any church organization, any pastor, any nut. It's about you. It's about getting alone and being with you, and getting in touch with yourself, uh, uh, inside yourself. That's where you'll find happiness and love. It's in here. All your answers and your questions, they're in here. They're in here. They're right inside of you. Okay, Leo. So we're done with you with your advice for pre-April angel card love. Okay. So we're going right now to Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, which is an air sign. Sagittarius is a fire sign, so it's considered air. Okay, air. I'm sorry, what I'm talking about? It's fire. They're fire. Okay. Why do I have air down here? Something's going wrong. Okay, right? Sagittarius is air. This is air. Everybody's there. Want to make sure I'm doing this right, man. Sometimes we get messed up going through this, trying to do something different. Yep. And Aries is air sign. Okay. Yep. So we're doing Sag. King of air. Okay. No, it's not. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. Fire. Sorry about that. Fire. So this is going to be the man or woman, okay, if you can see this, for you Aries who are fire signs. Sorry about that. Okay, when I'm looking at this, let me take a good look at that. Messages that I'm getting from this going to be man or woman because of relationship. Okay, this is standing for a man or a woman. Okay, a lot of the knights are type of people that are like very passionate and they're very adventurous. Um, they're self assured. They're like like they know they're sure of themselves. How do you usually put that when you're confident? They're very confident and they're restless. Um, so they like to stay on the move. They're always on the move. They always have to go somewhere. Always got to be doing something. The Sagittarius, they're very passionate, very passionate people. I like that about Sagittarius. They're very, very passionate. They almost to the point that they're clingy. Not too. Some of them can be, but most of them that I know are, when it comes to passion, they're passionate almost like a woman. It's like they open up their woman heart chakras. They're not afraid to show the woman side of them. Not that they're women, but it's feminine and masculine, in all of us, men and women. So they show that woman side of them with the passion that they have when it comes to two people. That's what I like about Sagittarius. They don't mind. Sometimes it can be a little overbearing. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it can be a little clingy. But, that's okay. Some people like that. Some people like it, showing their passion and, how they feel about someone. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't get carried away with it. I think that can start some trouble for some of you Sagittarius is if you get too doggone clingy. Like the guys are going to go see the game and you're still staying at home, watching wife cook or something like that. So kind of like ease up off of that so it don't, you know, be too much. There's nothing wrong with showing affection. Do it every once in a while, then cut it, go on and do your man thing, okay? For some of you Sagittarius out there, that's what the messages I'm getting about that. You're very charming, and like I said, adventurous and and restless and passionate and self-assured. You're very confident. That's appealing to women, but just don't overdo it, because that is a lot of passion there. That's, passionate and adventurous, self-assured, restlessness. That's a lot of energy going on there. So you have to get control of that energy. You have to pull it together and have control of that. Some of you, Sagittarius, sorry, out there. And another one is coming up as, seek the truth. They want you to seek the truth, Sag. If you really look at that card and see the woman, it's going to be water and man, because we're talking about relationship issues. Where the light, where it's like they're tearing themselves apart, like opening up. They're opening up so they can see the light. As I was talking about earlier, like you have to look inside yourself in order to see and love who you are. You have to pick up, you have to pick apart the dysfunction within inside yourself, so you can function as a human being supposed to function. You have to go inside and you have to see the light. You're the light at the end of the tunnel. Basically, that's what you're going to see, and that's going to bring a change in yourself. We all have to watch how we eat, our diets. We have to watch what we put in our mouth because of the spiritual realm within us, especially when we come as a whole. Your body's going to talk to you even more. It's going to tell you, look, I don't want this and I don't want that. Okay. Because your body will start acting all kind of crazy ways. Not that you're sick or something wrong. It's just your body that don't want it anymore, because the more spiritual you become, the less things that you tend to want to eat anymore, and it doesn't even appeal to you anymore. Believe me, I know, because I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point. To now, a lot of times all I like to do is have like a nice fresh drink, or some bananas mixed with strawberries, and some greens. It seems like it just makes me more energized or something. With me being more spiritual, or whatever you want to call it, is me just getting inside myself, getting to know me, being best friends with me, falling in love with me. That's that's what I'm doing. That's my goal there. And I want to spread that to the world. Get to know yourself. And you have to be alone to do it. You can't be with nobody. If you can't be with yourself, you cannot be with nobody else. I'm going to tell you that right also. Don't be such in a hurry to jump from one relationship to the other. None of them's going to work until you find out that you love yourself. And then when you do be by yourself and that person's not around, it don't bother you. You ain't worried. You ain't tripping. Heck, for what? You love you. You love you. Why you worried? They they ain't the issue. The issue is you. You're number one. God bless the child that have their own. I understand what that means. And back to this, like I said, some of you Sages are going in within with the spirit, and you're coming together. You're coming together as a whole, as a family, with love, with care, generosity, with a heart. You know, as we talked about what the king or queen meant on the first card we had there. It's a coming together. It's a joining together. Some of you out there may be just joining together in a relationship. Some of you that are already joined together, you're coming together even closer. Sagittarius, some of y'all are coming together even closer as a couple, as a family. I'm looking like this as a family situation. It's like the orb, the vibe around you has gotten higher. Everybody's reaching a higher level in their relationship, so it's going to be lasting and loving. And that seed that's planted inside this man's hand, that's the seed of theirs to continue on the family relationship. Okay, and then that tunes in The soulmate. A lot of you Sagittarius out there, you're going to be soulmate couples. You're going to get it. You're just going to hit that point where, like, hey, we belong together. Uh, a paper don't make no difference. Nothing makes no difference. All I know is I feel that spirit within inside me that you belong to me and I belong to you. That's that soulmate type relationship there. Okay. It's different from flames, but it's soulmate and that's what you desire. That's, who you feel is though that puts a smile on your face or makes you happy or make you even happier than what you already are within yourself. Somebody can't make you happier than what you already are happier within yourself, then that's not the one. That's not it. And then, okay, for the last one, we're having recognition, death and rebirth, for Sagittarius, okay? The death and rebirth and rebirth is like starting all over again. That's probably what brings in a soulmate. It's like the story to me here with couples that are in relationships with each other with Sagittarius wise, it looks like everything is going really good. It's like almost like you're going through a repair, like a redo or something, especially within yourselves to make this work, to make this relationship a relationship. Well, I'm done with the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope it made some sense. I hope it resonated to some of you. If you'd like to have a private reading, look below. You know where the information is located at. So it's in the description. So find that, get in touch with me, and we will make an appointment and, just talk about everything. I hope you enjoyed this pre-April angel card love advice reading for all the fire signs. Now, what's coming up next? I'm going to be doing the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So look forward for that one. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming and viewing my videos. Thank you for your comments, your shares, your likes, and your support. When I was sick, I had so many of you just, I was worried about getting the videos out on time, and I was telling you guys what happened. You would just say, "Oh, get better," and I'm a lot better and a lot stronger now. I really am. I know the last April probably didn't, wasn't really my self, but I feel my self coming back now after rest, after meditation, after, feeling better with my sinuses and all. So I really am feeling a whole lot better. That's what's making me up. So I figured I may do this to make up for what I was lacking in my last videos. Okay. So this is me saying what I always say: love is all there is, and love is all there ever be. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed it. Come back again next month for April's general reading. Take care. Bye bye.